Hello, my name is Celeste. I'm here with David from Wijra. Now to get started, um, Wijra keeps many details, I guess, intentionally undefined, such as like some of like the formation date, location themes. Now, is the anonymity and obscurity like a choice of yours, or
No, I guess not. Uh, it's nothing that I intended, like to have not have my identity out. But yeah, I don't see though that it doesn't matter that much. You know, I don't want to present the music with like myself. It's more like you say maybe a concept thing with the music. So it doesn't matter, but I'm not like gonna go all yeah, like social media out there with my personal info.
yeah.
If that maybe answers that.
No, that makes sense. Usually a lot of people do it more for like a choice of anonymity, but for you
Yeah,
just being like, I don't know, I just don't feel like it. It's kind of it's different, but it's nice.
yeah,
Um, Especially if it doesn't necessarily, I guess, relate to what your concept is, like if it really matters,
yeah,
whether or not.
yeah. I think so.
Now, your album, Nattro feels atmospheric and introspective rather
Yeah.
than traditionally aggressive. Now, how do you balance your this black metal roots with the post metal openness?
Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like a short answer would be like just happened. You can say that in the process of making the songs, but somehow I always want. I My roots have always been black metal uh, from when I started. No, not all the way back, but creating my music nowadays has always been like uh, towards black metal. But then I kind of got sick uh, of it, like I was stuck. So I wanted to progress in my own music making. So then it just happened to go. I haven't hadn't had the plans of make post black metal. It just I found out like when I was done with the record that I could call it post black, if that makes sense. So it wasn't intended.
Yeah, no, I think that makes a lot of sense. Now the title of this, it definitely suggests more of like this darkness or night. What emotional or conceptual space does this EP explore?
It's the title itself, the Nattro. It means like night tranquility. You could say, like basic translate to that. So I had a lot of personal experience with insomnia and that place in mind. So I got very much inspiration, you could say, from that. So it's like in the state of mind where you are when you can't sleep and like that anxiety. I could take a lot from that and put it into like the feeling in the music. I think that's the most uh, precise you could be with that. I don't know if that answers the question, but
No, it definitely does.
I know.
Um, Now your song structures are definitely very long and immersive. Now, do you approach songwriting more like building like a landscape rather than writing wet riffs?
Um, I should say I would say both. Like it's starting. It often starts out like riff based, than trying to build like a landscape from that. So it depends, but later on, a little later, sorry for my English here, but uh, now now when writing, apart from before, it's more like creating atmosphere and landscape than it was before. So it has kind of progressed to that, just feeling based, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. And that's nice. It's kind of progressing onward with that.
Yeah.
Now as an unsigned and independent project, what aside from creative freedoms, what are some freedoms that kind of give you uh you're given basically compared to working with a label?
I don't know if I can answer that because I haven't been on a label. Uh, I guess you have all the freedom you want, like when creating. And like, so, I don't have band members. Maybe that's some part of like I can do what I want stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but I think it's a good thing to like unleash your own thing to everything you make. But I don't know. Kind of hard to answer to that, I think.
Yeah. Now, because this is more of like a post black metal project, and I'm curious, because of this, obviously with the where you're located, there's definitely like a black metal heritage to it. Now, because of it being post black metal, do you still feel like in some way you're connected to that tradition a bit, or do you feel like it's definitely moved beyond that?
Oh, I would say I'm definitely connected with like personally to the roots of the black metal in Scandinavia here. It's always like feels boring, like always going back to it, but I do like always goes back to that feeling I got as I was when I was young listening to the music. That's the feeling I want to try to get in with my music. So I would say I'm I'm pretty much there still, though I want to progress the music.
Yeah. No, I completely get it. I know some they're like, no, I want to move away from it. Some still want to stick to it. So
Yeah,
I think it's good that you're having like this mix. Like I'm still doing it and I recognize it, but for me, like I'm still moving
yeah,
differently.
absolutely. Yes, I would absolutely say that. I'm not trying to move away from it, but no, I wouldn't. Kind of want to stay.
Yeah. Now the production on Nattro is cold yet spacious. Now, how important is atmosphere compared to like more of the technical precision in your sound?
I think it's very important. Maybe it's an easy thing to say because I do these things by myself with the mixing, mastering, recording, but with some help from friends uh, that I got. But so the easy answer would be like uh, I can do better, but but then again, I think the atmosphere or like the feeling and atmosphere in the songs is way more important than having it sound like perfect. And yeah, I think so. You want to hear everything, but it hasn't. It I don't think it should be all polished up like perfect.
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah. Now, with you having, I guess, two releases in the same year, now is this like the foundation of a larger concept, or is this just the beginning of something that's more undefined?
What? Yeah, it started out as being a concept straight through. I just had an idea, with a name that is like it's a witch's name, and I would do like witch uh, inspired music. I don't know if that makes sense, but that was the concept. But then when I had made this album, the EP, I was just feeling it to go like not stay with the concept and just evolving it, I should say. So it's like an evolving process, I would say,
Mhm.
from that. So I'm planning on releasing some new music later on this year, and that to be an album. So it will be kind of the same, but at the same time, not the same.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I am curious just because you've mentioned it, with like this more like witch concept. Would you say like there's a certain like feeling or conveyance with your music that I guess would be like more ritualistic or something like that? It doesn't have to be. I'm a bit curious just because you
Yeah,
mentioned it.
yeah. It's definitely had. I had the feeling of making like I don't know the word in English. Occult, is that what you say? Yeah, so that was a big inspiration, and we had way back here in Sweden and Scandinavia in like 1600s maybe we had a witch burning era, you could say, like when Christians burned a lot of witches here, and it like set the stamp here, I guess. It was a horrible time, obviously, and that really affected me when reading about it and such. So that was a big inspiration, and like, yeah, I don't know, maybe taking some stories from that, making justice for like the people who got burned like all in vain. So yeah, kind of wanted to explore that a bit, maybe.
Yeah. No, I mean that's really interesting. That's why I was just curious.
Yeah,
Um, And then as a final question here,
yeah.
now do you see uh your project being more studio focused, or do you have like an idea in the future of like doing like live performances as like part of the vision moving forward? Like what do you see happening now and forward?
Yeah. I actually have, uh, maybe you could say, I had have a dream of being to able to make this a live thing. So that's a goal I have, like to make a solid like foundation with some music, and then I would it would be great to play live actually with this. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I guess do you have any like final like thoughts or feelings or anything like that you would like to share as far as like your project and I guess where you would like for it to go?
Mm, yeah, maybe like when creating the new stuff, it's not. Yeah, I don't know if I can say too much about it, but it got some the same feeling, but uh, oh no, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that. But
No,
I'm gonna release the new stuff as soon as I can, and hopefully, like if you enjoyed these songs, maybe you enjoyed the new ones.
okay,
And
awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure getting to know you and your project. It sounds definitely interesting. And, I would recommend it to anyone, especially with the concepts that you brought up about it.
yeah, that's very kind of you. I'm very happy you got in touch.
Thank you.
It's very nice.